Very respected scientist of the country, Professor Yes Rajgopalji, Professor Samantanam, the advisor to DST, my colleague, Professor Pandian, and other colleagues here, and very distinguished and acclaimed experts in the Advisory Council Committee for Instrumentation Development Program, sponsored by the Department of Science and Technology. At the outset, I must be really grateful to the DST and also to Professor ESR, who once sent me a mail reminding me that you did not respond to my earlier mail. Then I felt immediately that it normally doesn't happen, but probably if I don't respond to a mail the same day, that happens. So this is my habit that I normally get up at 4:35 and all my mails are responded at 5 to 5:30 in the morning. If I miss any day, it can so happen that something may miss. So I immediately responded and sent the same thing to Professor Pandian, and I said he returned, and it went on. The whole idea, as you rightly put it in the end, is that this is the only opportunity for me and my university to network with larger and larger people. That is some way, I think there were some divine blessings, and irrespective of our faiths, always there is a divinity behind, and that favors any process which you want to implement and take it forward. And I found that there are almost about 20 departments were missing here in the university. And I had only 4, but then you see there is always, of course, it's not only here, everywhere. Though there is sound foundation, there are people really bubbling with energy, but there are no opportunities and the ambience and the facilities. And that's where the job of a Vice Chancellor is, to how he recognizes and realizes the right place, the right needs of the people and prioritize and give them. So while we took a decision that at the beginning of the 11th plan, I said, then we prepared, in fact I sat down to prepare what we call it as an RFD, that the result framework document. That's the first thing I did, identifying what shall be our this thing. I said it has to be expansion with excellence and equity. Then we defined how do we expand, how do we attain excellence, and how do we meet the demands of equity in this great country of absolute heterogeneity and plurality. This is very much wanted here. But then we set a target. In fact, I was in the UGC also at that point of time, as a member of the commission. I put forth my idea that please do not forget the existing places, colleges and universities which are not optimally utilized. None of the facilities are optimally utilized, none of the spaces are optimally utilized. I'm not against starting up new institutions, but the point is how much have you utilized the existing space is to be done. Please set a target for them. So somehow it did not go through. But then I said, okay, I am at the helm of affairs in one university. Nobody can come and question me why you did it. So I set a target for my own self. I said, I will triple the strength of this university and show to the nation that within the allocated budget, not extra money asked for, it is possible to utilize the thing. So we set a target of 6,000 by the end of the plan period, from 1,800 students. A target of about 180 faculty. I said about 450 faculty should be there. About 300 scholars were there. I said 1,000 scholars should be on the campus. Like this we went on. Fortunately, we could get the money also. We were given about 123 crores, not a big sum for development. But OBC also we got about 80 to 90 crores, totally about 230 crores. We mobilized our own some money, and we set the target, and with God's grace, I said with God's grace, we attained the target 1 year before the plan period. Today our strength is 6,000 students on the road, 6,000 students. I have increased the women population from 18% to 39% by offering them rent-free hostels, offering subsidy to every student who is below the line, the defined creamy layer, whatever it is, 4.5 lakhs, offering free transport to every student, offering a free daycare center to the young mothers. State of the art, you will see that. And best of the amenities. So we attained that, but it's a big history to go into. I will not go into that because I have a few more things to discuss. So finally we have done it, and the excellence is something which is expansion part of it. The excellence is, now we have 460 staff out of instead of 180 faculty. Now excellence is something, it doesn't come from the skies. This is as a scientist those days, 70s, 80s. I would like to also share some of my thoughts with the younger generation on this. The research in yesteryears and research on today. Few minutes I will take on that. But excellence doesn't come from the skies. Excellence comes through what is known as creation of an ambience. And that ambience is a very general term. But then I try to find out what is that ambience means. It's not just only a purchase of an instrument. Ambience means when you enter into a campus, there has to be a positive energy. You should start feel that, well, I have entered a heaven. You should never feel like running away from the institution. If the ambience is bad, you feel like going home as early as possible. If the ambience is good, you find all excuses not to go to your home. That has been my this thing. If you are wedded to your instrument and laboratory, if every scientist, I think every scientist has to be that way, because his second wife should be his instrument and his laboratory. Sir? Yeah. No. That's why I made it a non-living. It should be that. So I said, this Universe campus should have 100% power backup. This is the first decision I took. Today I have got 14 generators. I am producing 3000 kVA power spread across, including the hostels. A student will stop reading, the power goes. The first thing is that. Second thing is, I said access. Access to information, easy access to the information, which does not make somebody spend a lot of energy. I know that our library spaces are limited. I know that we are constructing one more next building of the library. But then, modern times, you are so lucky, in such a lucky time, that you can have access to internet anywhere. So I said, the second target is, I must make the 800 acres Wi-Fi enabled. I completely network the campus with about 40 kilometers of cabling, and now the entire campus is Wi-Fi enabled and you can access. The third thing I said was, it is not even necessary for him to come into the campus. A teacher and a student should access the library digital resources right from his home and the bed with his laptop on the bed. This is the only university in the entire country, not even IITs. Not even your IITs, IIT, have a library which has got a remote access from your home. Nobody knows this. Because we are located far south, we don't know how to trumpet also. So therefore, much is not known about this. It's only university where you can access the digital resources. Now, what are the digital resources? I have got 27,000 journals, full text, accessible, downloadable, in every subject from the library portal. This is a part of ambience. Then we should also have journals coming out, not that, departmental journals. It should be regularly, professionally registered society with national membership and international membership, editorial board, and this has been done, and already we have 5 to 6 journals started moving, and they are on the website of the Instrumentation. They are accessible. And Instrumentation, after reviewing the quality of the publication, it is uploaded on this thing. So every 3 months or 6 months, quarterly, half yearly, we have journals in social sciences, journals in in humanities, we have journal in philosophy and culture, we have journal in Sanskrit, we have a journal in commerce and it is a journal of commerce and management. So many, and some are in the pipeline, very professionally done. And last but not the least is that the modern facility of experimentation or analytical facility should be made available and not be made as a hurdle. So when I came here, everything was charged and so many students did not have enough money, all of them don't have fellowships, and then they will. I said, okay, what are you going to do? You are going to show it as a revenue, and the UGC will reduce that much money and say that, okay, you have got this revenue. Why do you want to do that? UGC is lapsing money because of its poor spending. So therefore, don't charge any money for our people.